بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. So this is the 13th episode from the Notes on Self-Development. And inshallah today we're going to be focusing on acting in private, acting in secret, and doing the work behind the scenes and not just focusing on, the spotlight basically. So here's what I said. So this is the 13th point on the notes. Success is not built in the spotlight. Success is built through pain and suffering after all the fake friends abandon you. So it's very short and very much to the point. Success is not built in the spotlight. So a lot of people, they won't act unless the eyes are on them. When people are looking at them, that's when they put on the show, But once the lights shut off and the stares of the people are no longer on them, they don't get things done. They don't act properly. It's just like the same thing. Anybody that's ever had a job will notice, how the workers act when the boss is gone and when the boss is observing, and and the type of job that the people do under the two circumstances, and obviously the person of integrity, the person who is trying to do his best, and this is what we refer to in Islam as al-muhsin, is that he's going to work the same whether the people are looking or not, because he knows that Allah is looking. So we know that the al-ihsan, as the Prophet ﷺ defined it to Jibril, he said, "An ta'budu Allah ka'annaka tarahu, fa lam takun tarahu fa innahu yarak." That you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as if you see him. And if you're not able to see him, if you're not able to do that, then know that he sees you. Know that he's watching you. And having this type of mindset is obviously, this is the highest form, because in this hadith of Jibril, the Prophet ﷺ was asked about three different things. He was asked about Islam, al-Iman, and al-Ihsan. And each one is a higher level from the other. So the Islam is, again, everybody who does the Shahada, who prays the five salawat, is a Muslim. But not everybody is a mu'min. And then once the person has the requisite knowledge to reach that stage, with the requisite knowledge, with the actions to back it up, then the person becomes a mu'min. But not every mu'min is a muhsin. So again, these are levels. So the whole point is that we have to understand that we can't just be working when the spotlight is on, when the people are looking. That's going to be the small amount of time. The majority of the time, you're not going to be in front of the eyes of the people. You're not going to be in the spotlight. You're not going to be, if that's where you're seeking your motivation. This is where you're seeking your motivation from, then when are you going to be motivated? What are you going to do now when you're at home? Most of the work that gets done, it gets done in the quiet hours, in the early parts of the morning, and the late hours of the night, when nobody's awake and nobody's paying attention. That's the time that you have to work the hardest. So then I said success is built through pain and suffering, and that's the reality. It's not built through comfort. Nobody's successful. Anybody that tells their success story is not going to tell you a story of comfort. It's not going to tell you a story of relaxing, a story of chill, of vacations. No, he's going to tell you a story of poverty, of difficulties, of pushing through those difficulties, because that's what success is. Everything that we do, we're always going to hit a wall somewhere along the ways, but it's how we will maneuver, and the things that we do. Do we just give up and say this is not for me just because I felt some type of difficulties or experienced difficulties, or do we push past all these difficulties? And that's where the success is. So all success is through pain and suffering. That's the reality. And pain and suffering, because as you start to go on this path of success, especially in success and seeking knowledge, you're going to start to see that a lot of the people that you had love for, the friends that you had loyalty to, and you start to realize that they don't have those same feelings for you. They did when you were like them. But then when you started to become better and you start to do the things that you're supposed to be doing that Allah commanded you to do, all of a sudden they don't want to be your friends no more. They don't want to hang around with you no more. They don't want to call you like they called you, or talk to you the way they talk to you, or visit you the way they used to visit you. And this is painful, but this is reality, and this is what happens. So it's just I went overseas to study, and when I came back, I came back lonely. I came back to a country that I know nobody in except for my mother and my sister, the only, a few other people that I speak to. But everybody was gone, and nobody was, all those ties were cut off from the people as soon as I started practicing this deen. And then that's going to happen. That's going to happen. You're going to feel that pain. You're going to feel that suffering. You're going to lose all the fake friends. And you're going to lose all, but it's something that we all have to go through. And that's why it says success is built through pain and suffering after all the fake friends abandon you. Because that's what they're going to do. But they're not abandoning you. They might abandon you, but they're like, because they follow the path of shaitan. And shaitan is like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned about him, khadula. Khadula, it means that he's going to abandon you in your times of need. So as you're going through all this pain and suffering, know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not abandoning you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most merciful, the forgiving. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to abandon you. The people are going to abandon you. These fake people are going to abandon you. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will replace them with better people, real people, good people, people who want good, people who are trying to practice the sunnah, people who are trying to seek knowledge, people who are trying to better themselves and have good character and become a benefit for the people. Allah will replace those fake friends with good people, even if they're fewer, because obviously fewer, the people of khair are always going to be fewer. Just like that poet said, he said, تُعَيِّرُونَ أَنَّا قَلِيلٌ عَدِيدُنَا فَقُلْتُ لَهَا إِنَّ الْكِرَامَ قَلِيلٌ. So this poet, Samuel, a woman said to him, because his tribe was small in numbers, but they like to fight everybody. So she said to him, he said to her, she said, تُعَيِّرُونَ, like you speak bad about us, you insult us, saying that أَنَّا قَلِيلٌ عَدِيدُنَا, that we're small in numbers. فَقُلْتُ لَهَا, so I said to her, إِنَّ الْكِرَامَ قَلِيلٌ, but verily the noble men are very few in numbers. The honorable men are very few. The men of honor in these days are even fewer. So if you have one good friend, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replaces all those 20, 30, 50 fake friends with one good friend, one honorable friend who loves the Quran and the Sunnah, who tries to become better. That honorable friend, that one friend has more value than 1,000 of those fake people, 1,000,000 of those fake people who smile in your face. And then as soon as you turn around, they got a sharp knife ready. So don't be concerned about what's going to happen. This is just face the reality. Face the reality. Anytime that you try to move towards success, all those losers in your life, the people, the fake friends, and the people that just want to stay where they're at, they're comfortable, they're complacent with their lives, they're always going to try. They're either going to try to pull you back down, and if they can't pull you back down, they're just going to abandon you, because your life represents, it basically shines a spotlight on them being losers. Because if you start shining and start doing good and start doing right, that light, it starts to put a light on their darkness. They don't like that. So they got to get back into the darkness, because that's where they find their comfort, because they're losers. So you just keep pushing forward. And Allah knows best. وإلى هنا سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.